Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot from ElliotOracle.com, and it's time for this month's TarotScopes. So for these videos, there's going to be 4 of them. I'm going to go through all the astrological signs and do a little mini reading for everybody. This first video is going to cover the signs of Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And this is going to be for February of 2020. If you're an Aries or you have a lot of Aries in your chart, this is going to be the message for you for this next month of February. The first card we're going to go into is what you're leaving behind at this time, or what you've learned. 2 of Cups. Next, we're going to go into what you're going to be currently learning, or what you're presently going to be learning during this month. Strength. And then finally, we have what's going to be ahead for you for the month of February, what's going to be what you have to look out for. Page of Pentacles. All right, so 2 of Cups is indicating that what you've been learning is about communication. It's about talking with others and really coming up with compromise. On the 2 of Cups, you see this partnership. There's these lovers here, so this can sometimes indicate relationship issues. But it's not always a love relationship when the 2 of Cups comes up. It can sometimes be a partnership or somebody that you just need to communicate your feelings with. And the reason I say communication is because that staff of Mercury that's between the 2 people on the card. And way above the staff is that big floating lion head, which can sometimes indicate the egos of other people. So this could indicate that you've been really learning how to talk to others, or that you've been very diplomatic, especially around the egos of others in the past. And when we have the 2 of Cups in the past, it indicates that harmony has been restored in some sort of personal relationship. Presently, for the month of February, for Aries, they're going to be working on strength. And strength is all about self-control and reining yourself in. The woman on the strength card is a symbol for your higher self, and the lion on the strength card is a symbol for things that feel out of control in your life at this time. And so this could be a time where you're reining those things in, where you're taming the lion. And you can see the woman is not beating the lion up. She's not being overly aggressive. She's making these gentle self-corrections. And so whenever we see strength, again, it's all about getting self-control and really reining things in that might have felt sort of that they were running amok up until now. And then finally we have for the future the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is all about learning something new. He's the eternal student or scholar of the tarot. And when he comes up, he's really telling you that this could be a time to study something or engage in some sort of learning. The Page of Pentacles is also saying that you could be very successful, especially on a financial level, if you learn more about the details of where you want to go next. This is going to be a time of self-control and really harnessing your energy. That lion on that strength card is indicating all your brute energy that's in that sign of Aries, but that it's being focused or directed. It's being focused and directed into harmonizing relationships and also into studying or learning something new. So that is the message for Aries for February 2020. Next, we have Taurus. So if you are a Taurus or you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, this is going to be the message that is for you. Past lessons, what you've been learning, 4 of Pentacles. What you're presently learning for February 2020, Page of Swords reversed. And then finally, what you're going to be seeing ahead for you over the month of February. Okay, so Taurus has some stresses going on, definitely leading up to this month. Number 1, we got that very Taurian card of the 4 of Pentacles, where this guy is holding his possessions super close to him. And the 4 of Pentacles is saying that you may be clutching to something for security, but that it's actually causing some distress for you. And whenever I see the 4 of Pentacles, I'm really asking people to look at what you're holding on to that you think you need to hang on to for security, but it's actually making you miserable. If you look at the miser on the card and look at his face, he's actually suffering there. And so this could be a time to finally let go of something that you've been really fighting hard to maintain in order to finally be free. And then that's also reflected in the Page of Swords reversed. You can see the Page of Swords has that upraised sword. He's in a defensive stance. And so again, there's this tension of really not wanting to let your guard down. And it's actually what's causing a lot of the stress here. Whenever we see the 9 of Swords, it indicates that what you're projecting about your situation may be actually darker than it actually is. The man on the 9 of Swords is in a nightmare. His eyes are closed. He isn't looking around him. He's not seeing that he's actually safe. The pointed edges of the swords are going off of the card. They're cut off. And also he's in his bed, he's at home, he's not in any danger. It's all in his head. And so what these cards could indicate is that it's time to lower your defensiveness around something that you're really fixed on, an outcome that you really want to see happen, and you're thinking, God, it just has to go this way or it'll be horrible. And instead, you're being told to release things that are really keeping you stuck or keeping you in a state of tension. Also, sometimes that Page of Swords reverse can indicate other individuals that just drive you a little crazy. They're the sort of unaccountable people who are saying, oh, I don't have the problem, you're the one with the problem. I don't know what you're talking about. And so this is such an important time to really not get on that level with people, or not to really engage and try to prove a point too much. Whenever we see that Nine of Swords, it's telling you to shift your perspective or shift your focus. And that if you're focusing too much on the negative, that could be contributing to the sense of stress that you're going through. For this month of February for Taurus, I just tell you, take it easy. Just take it nice and slow and let go of anything that is stressing you out too much. And now we go into the sign of Gemini. And if you are a Gemini, or you have a lot of Gemini in your chart, this is going to be the message for you. So the first card for Gemini is what they've been learning up until this point, Eight of Cups. Second, we have what they're currently learning, what they're presently going to be learning for the month of February, Three of Wands. And then finally, we have for Gemini, what's ahead for them over the month of February. Two of Wands, interesting. Okay, so our first card of the Eight of Cups is showing that man who's on the night journey, and he's going towards the water. He's going towards his instincts. And you can see an eclipse is happening where the moon is blocking out the sun. And the moon is a symbol for your inner instincts, your intuition, your inner feelings. And it's taking precedence over the sun, which is your image. It's the thing you want other people to see. And so this is a time of really important soul searching for Gemini. And whenever we see the Eight of Cups, it can sometimes be accompanied by a sense that things are off or unlucky, or you're not getting an easy break, or even depressed. And it's important when you're getting these sorts of situations that you're not just stopping there and throwing your hands up in the air and saying, I give up, I don't know what to do. Instead, with that Eight of Cups, it's saying to dig a little deeper, to really soul search. And in fact, this theme of being on a journey or yearning to go somewhere is coming up in all three cards. On the next card of the Three of Wands, we have the man who's looking out over the ocean at sunrise or sunset. And this is an in-between time for him. You can see that he's richly dressed, and on his island, he's probably a really important person, but he's outgrown it. And now he's looking at the horizon, he's looking at his future, and he's thinking, what do I want out of life? Where do I want to go? And so that Eight of Cups and that Three of Wands are indicating that you may be soul searching, and it may be that your soul is telling you it's time to change course, that there's a new pathway to plot for yourself. And then also we get that Two of Wands card, which shows this wealthy man who's also yearning. He's got everything he could want. He's really pretty rich. He's got a big castle. He's got all these lands, but he's holding that globe. He still wants more. There's still something that he's desiring out in the world. And so I really think that all three of these cards are propelling Gemini to push further, to not just stop where you're at, but to really go forward and to really ask yourself, what do I want out of life? And also to change course accordingly. It's okay to let go of the past, especially if it isn't in alignment with what you really desire. So that is video 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I invite you to go to ElliotOracle.com and schedule a reading with me. Otherwise, if you have some other astrological influences, stay tuned for the other 3 videos to get in to those messages as well. All right, I will talk to you next month. Take care.